During my sophomore year in high school, I had received a notification from one of my engineering teachers saying, "Hey, there's this SunPower Solar Science Academy, and I think you'd be a great fit." Okay, I'll do it, right? I was in the Engineering and Designing for a Greener Environment, aka the EDGE Academy in my high school, the Project Lead the Way pathway school of engineering, and I had said, you know what, let's do it, all right? A couple of my friends are signing up, and I'm really happy that I'm gonna be actually getting to do something over the summer. But little did I know that I was gonna experience something that I would really enjoy and that I would really keep fond of for the rest of my life until now. And so the first day had arrived at the SunPower Solar Science Academy, and a couple of my friends of mine and I were waiting for the bus to pick us up. So we were just talking what is it gonna be like? What are we gonna do, you know? And when we had gotten there, we had gotten all of our packages, we had gotten our binders with our design briefs, which I still happen to have in my home, by the way. And I was just ready to go. And so I had been paired up with a couple of more peers from different high schools. And all throughout the week, we had learned about solar energy. We had taken field trips to the power plant and to the Richmond HQ. And throughout that entire week, we tackled a design challenge, which was to create a mock solar rig for a mock customer. And so none of us in our group had any idea of how to go about this, right? But when we had the opportunity to, have the tools in our hands at CSU East Bay, which was the college that the program was held at, we were able to develop our ideas and implement them. And when we presented it in front of the entire cohort of students who were at the academy, we were all delighted because we had made, this mock solar rig using all the real parts and the real technologies that SunPower engineers use, and we made it effectively and efficiently that we placed in the top 5 categories in the entire class, which made us really happy because we're over here we have no idea what we're doing on Monday, and then on day 5 on Friday we're like, wow, we just made an entire solar rig out of the materials that they gave us here with price estimates and with kilowatt hour usage and things like that. And I was really excited, and all of my friends were really excited. And when I had left the academy, I was a little sad because, I had a really great time. But when I came back to high school, everyone was like, hey, you have this experience, right? You have the experience from corporate people, you have this experience from how to manage a team to how to work with these kinds of softwares. And as I had progressed more and more into high school, both my engineering teachers and my principal sought out to me and said, hey, can you help me on this project? Or, hey, can you accompany me to speak at this summit, right? And so little by little, from that initial experience, I had started to gain more and more knowledge of not only technology, but sustainability, policy, green energy efforts, and also a chance to mentor other students who were inside of my high school and tell them, of course, about the SunPower Solar Science Academy, which I had a lot of fun of. And so to this day, I had felt that this program, this opportunity that I had, was really great because I had learned things that otherwise I would not have learned at all. And so in my thought process as I had grown up, I've been more and more involved in sort of sustainability and sustainability techniques, and this thing called upcycling, where you take basically trash that people throw out and making it into real products. And so I had really sought something, in that, and the SunPower Academy had actually helped me develop and foment those ideas that I had previously didn't really have a sort of. So you could say, no pun intended, that the Solar Academy gave me an outlet for some power from my knowledge. And so in the end, when it came down to choosing colleges, I wanted to come to a college that really had sustainability in mind and really took in the motto of saying, okay, we want to be not only an excellent college, but we want to be a sustainable college. We want to be an eco-friendly college. So I ended up choosing Stanford because they had just that. And so taking a tour of the energy facilities back in the beginning of the year, all the way to even beginning my project here with a couple of friends of mine on how to reduce phantom energy usage, I've learned a lot more and more from what I can do here at Stanford, just by thinking of, okay, how can we fix this problem, or how can we make this more sustainable? And so I've always thought of this saying that nothing is broken, it's either in need of repair or rethinking. And so coming from reflecting back on my high school years, I'm really grateful that I had an opportunity like this SunPower Science Academy to sort of develop my ideas and have a chance to actually engage with real corporate, sponsors or real corporate people and like get to know all these ideas. To when I get to meet with actual representatives from different companies, I tell them, oh, I went to SunPower. They're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Like, so you know this and you know that. I'm like, of course I do, yeah. And even when I went to the SunPower booth, I'm like, hey, I did the SunPower Science Academy. And they're like, no way, really? So you know Renee, you know Bobby Ram? I'm like, of course I do, yeah. And so it was just a great experience. And so something that really stuck with me is just the community that I was able to build in the SunPower Science Academy. I remember the mentor that was assigned to us is called Mike Green, and he works for the Antioch Unified School District. And I still keep in touch with him because he was such a great person. He was really engaging, and he really, drove us to be leaders in our own respects inside of the group. And he's like, okay, well, let's do it. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like, let's merge it together. And we were able to come up with a product that was really great. And so something that I really just take away is that it really the community that I was able to build really reflected on the community that I had seen. And so from that experience, I think that it's really valuable that corporations such as SunPower do these kinds of things, because I'm able to gain more experience and gain more knowledge. And just as a reflective comment too, I had just ended a volunteer opportunity with a Third Street Community Center, which is in San Jose, California, and helped a group of 4 young girls compete in the San Jose Tech Challenge, which is through the San Jose Tech Museum. And they're learning about sort of design thinking and the design process and rapid prototyping and all these things. And I'm like, wow, you guys are like in 5th grade, and I'm in college and I'm barely learning these things too. And so just the opportunity to have these little extra tidbits and have fun with it I think is a very valuable experience. So that's what I have from my experience, and I hope to continue on with more of these experiences in the future. Thank you.